Hello. Hi, guys. Are you here? Is everyone here? Hi. Okay. Hello. And welcome to this week's webinar. Okay. So I want to check if you can hear me and you can see me. Can everyone hear me and see me right now? Yeah. Okay. Hello. Hello, everyone. Okay. Can you hear me and can you see me well, everyone? Yep. Okay, great. All right, so we'll start. My name is Eileen. I'm one of the tutors here at Tutlo, and I've been teaching English for 11 years now. And I've been teaching English here at Tutlo since last year. Okay, so I want to thank all of you for attending this 30-minute webinar. I think it's really good that you guys are here to learn more about different grammar rules. And today we're going to discuss how to use the present simple and present continuous to express the future. Okay? Okay, so I chose to discuss this topic because knowing how to speak English in many different techniques is also important rather than just choosing the easy way. So it's very, very good that we know different kinds of grammar rules to improve our English skills, right? Okay. So, I'll be giving you some tips and some examples, and I will also be asking you some questions later on to give you a chance to express your opinions. And you can always type here in the chat box if you want to answer some questions. Okay? All right. So, before we proceed to our main topic, which is using present simple and present continuous to express the future, we are going to have a short review about what these two tenses are, the present simple and the present continuous, and how to use them. Okay? All right. Hello, everybody. So we have a lot of people here now. That's really good. So we are now going to start reviewing the first topic, which is present simple. Okay? Do you guys know what the present simple is? Anyone? Okay, I think present simple is very simple. Okay, so let's discuss all about the present simple right now. The present simple tense can be used in many different ways. Okay, so but today we'll just review the most basic rule. So it is when you use a verb to tell about things that happen regularly in the present, like every day, every week, every month, even every year. So it just happens regularly. We use present simple for anything that happens often or is a factual. All right. So I am going to show you some different examples of the present simple. Okay, let's start here. Okay. So these are four examples of the present simple tense. Number one, I'm going to read the sentences. Number one, it says, I go to school every day. Number two, I play soccer every Wednesday. Number three, I visit my dentist once a month. And number four, I celebrate my birthday every year. All right, so these are the four examples that we have. So in these sentences, the words go, play, visit, and celebrate are used in the present simple tense. So they tell about the things that happen repeatedly in the present. Okay. Now I'd like to know about you guys. What are the things that you do regularly? Do you go shopping every week or do you travel abroad every year? Can you please write your answers in the chat box? What are the things that you do regularly, every day, every year, or every month, every week? So you can, Yulia, I drink coffee every morning. Me too. All right, that's very good. Anyone else? What do you do every day? I wake up every day. Of course, it's important to wake up every day or else. All right. I read books every day. Wow, that's very impressive, Lydia. That's really good. Who else? I sleep every afternoon. I visit my mom once a week. I hope I can sleep every afternoon. I want to do that. I visit my mom once a week. That's really good. Okay. So just remember that when you're using a present simple tense verb, that you are describing something that continues to repeat itself in the present. I go to shop every day. And I do my homework every afternoon. I watch TV every day. I go to the shop. Okay, I think it's much better to say I go to the shop every morning, but that's very good. We have a lot of answers. That's really, really good, everyone. Okay, now we are going to talk about the present continuous. So let's have a brief discussion about what this is. Just like the present simple, there are many ways to use the present continuous. One of those is to convey an action or a condition that is happening right now or is ongoing. Okay, so let's see some basic examples of present continuous. Let's check this out. Okay, so there are four examples again. Number one, the baby is crying. Number two, he is talking to his friend. Number three, she is studying for an exam. And number four, they are reading a book right now. Okay, so in these sentences, crying, talking, studying, and reading, these are used in the present continuous tense because these are the things that are happening at this moment right now. Okay? So, I want to ask you guys to give me an example of a sentence using the present continuous tense. Remember, it's verb plus ing. Crying, talking, studying. What do you think? Do you have an answer? What are the things that you do or are you doing right now? Or just a basic example. I'm learning English with you. Oh, that's right. That's correct. He is playing computer games now. Who? All right. That's correct. He is playing computer games now. I am studying right now. I am learning English now. Okay. Very good. I am, what else? Okay. Well, we have a lot of answers. Very good. I'm listening to you at the moment. All right. Very good. So these are the things that we are doing right now. Okay. Now, we are going to talk about expressing the future using present simple. So this is our main topic. So first, when do we use the present simple to talk about the future? So it's actually not the most common thing to use because the present continuous is more common when we are talking about, I'm typing a random text. Okay, so the present continuous is more common, but we do use the present simple to refer to organized events which have already sorry, which have already been arranged. Okay, so I'll show you some examples right over here. Okay, number one, the office closes at 5 o'clock today. That's one. Number two, the flight leaves before lunchtime tomorrow. Number three, my friend arrives from New York on Thursday. Okay, so these are the three sentences to express the future using present simple. In these examples, we use the present simple tense because all these events have been prearranged, okay, in relation to time. So they are based on the present facts that are fixed, like a timetable or like a schedule. The office closes at 5 o'clock today. That is the schedule. My flight leaves before lunchtime tomorrow. That is the flight's schedule. So my friend arrives from New York on Thursday. That is also what we call a schedule. So we use the present simple for those kinds of thoughts or sentences. Okay. All right. So, can you guys give me some examples of how we can use the present simple for future events? You can take a look at these sentences and use it as a pattern. Who has an answer? What do you think? Uh-huh. So the office closes at 5 o'clock tomorrow. The school starts at 8 o'clock every day. Yes, we have a party tomorrow. Okay, what else? Anyone else? The flight leaves tomorrow, or the flight leaves before lunchtime tomorrow. My friend arrives in New York. Okay, well, these are some examples of how we can use present simple. All right, my series starts 9 o'clock today. What series is that? Okay, I love watching series. My mom goes shopping on Monday. Okay, my daughter arrives from Vienna in December. Okay, very good, Lydia. I think, though, it's much better if we spell it like this, daughter. Okay, I go to sport at 1900 clock tomorrow. I go to sport. That's good. Although it's much better to say I play sports. Okay, instead of I go to sports. Okay, the film starts at 5. All right. Okay, very good. Now we are going to talk about expressing the future using uh, future time clauses. Okay, so another way that we can use the present simple tense to express the future is through time clauses. Okay, so what are time clauses? Time clauses are preceded by adverbs or adverb phrases which show that they represent a time. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some examples. There you go. So in this example, I'll read it. Okay, 5 examples. Number 1, I will call you when I arrive. Number 2, she will brush her teeth before she goes to bed. Oh, okay. Bye bye. All right. He will go running after it stops raining. Okay. Number 4, Mary will text her mother as soon as he arrives at the airport. And number 5, I will not go home until I finish my report. Okay, so these are some examples. We use the adverbs or adverb phrases when, before, after, as soon as, or until to express the future. Okay, so these are the patterns. Can you give me an example of how to use the present simple in a future time clause? Remember, we use when, before, after, as soon as, until. Who wants to answer? I will go to the restaurant at Saturday night. Ah, okay. I think it's good, but we have to use a time clause. So the time clause will be when, before, after. Okay, let me just type that. When, before, after, as soon as, until. Okay, so I will go to the restaurant when I receive my pay, something like that. I will go to bed before 9 o'clock p.m. Yes, okay. I will do my homework when I come back from school. Okay, all right. Good job, everyone. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, let's move on. Expressing the future using present continuous. Okay, now we'll talk about how to express the future using present continuous. Okay, so there are a couple of ways in which we can use the present continuous to refer to the future. One of them is when we talk about arrangements or for events at a later time. So there is a suggestion that one person is aware of the event. Okay, so and some preparation has already been made or already been organized. I'll give you some examples. Here you go. Okay, so it says here, number 1, I'm meeting Jim at the airport. Number 2, I'm leaving tomorrow. Oh, I am leaving tomorrow. Number 3, we are having a staff meeting next Monday. Okay, so let's talk about these 3 sentences specifically. Number 1, so I'm meeting Jim at the airport. What does this mean? So it means that Jim and I have discussed this. I know it, Jim knows it. Okay, so there has been a plan and it has already been organized. Number two, I am leaving tomorrow. It means I have already bought my plane ticket, I have packed my bags, I'm ready to go, and I have organized everything. I've fixed everything. Okay. Number three, we're having a staff meeting next Monday. This means that all the members of the staff have been told about it. They have been informed. So I know it and they know it. Okay. That is another way to use the present continuous to express the future. Okay. Another way is when we use the present continuous referring to an action that we are about to start in the immediate future. When we say immediate future, I'm going to show you some examples. Okay. Number one, we're going shopping once I finish my homework. Number two, I'm watching my favorite TV show after I read this book. Number three, I'm going to visit my grandmother in 5 minutes. All right. So notice that we use going to for a plan that hasn't been arranged. And then, so if the plan has already been arranged, we don't need to use going to. Okay. So the first sentence and the third sentence, it means I plan to do it. I have made arrangements for it. But, oh, sorry, I plan to do it, but I haven't made arrangements for it yet. But the second sentence, I'm watching my favorite TV show after I read this book. This means that I plan to do it and I have already organized it. Okay? Okay. So let's take a look at more examples just to be sure or just so that we can compare. All right. So there are four sentences here. I will read one and two first. Okay, so one says she's going to get a new job. And then the other, number two, she's getting a new job. What's the difference between sentence one and two? I'll tell you. So, number one, she intends to get a new job, but she still hasn't arranged it. So perhaps she hasn't written her CV, she hasn't talked to the interviewer, she just wants to do it. She plans to do it in the future, but there's still nothing arranged. But in number two, she's getting a new job. It is already decided. She has fixed her CV. She has already a schedule for the interview. Oh, okay. And it has already been arranged. You're going to watch Supernatural. I haven't watched Supernatural for a long time. I really like that though. Okay. Now we'll read number three and four. Okay. I'm going to meet Emma after lunch. Number four, I'm meeting Emma after lunch. What is the difference between these two sentences? Number three, it says, I plan to do this. I want to do this. This is my plan, but maybe I haven't told Emma about it yet. So I just plan to do it, but maybe Emma doesn't know it. But number four, I'm meeting Emma after lunch. It is confirmed. We talked about it and we agreed to meet after lunch. All right, so we already have a plan about it. I know it, Emma knows it. So that's the difference between the two. Okay? We also have another one if you want to make a prediction. All right, so prediction based on a situation that we can see right now, we must use the future tense with going to. I'm going to show you some examples. All right, for example, number one, it's going to rain. Look at the clouds. Number two, Tim is going too fast on his bicycle. He is going to fall. Number three, he isn't going to eat that hamburger. It smells bad. And number four, he looks so tired. He isn't going to get up now. So these are examples of predictions based on present evidence. All right. So we know what's going to happen because it's obvious. All right. Can you think of some predictions based on present evidence? Maybe you can look outside the window. Do you think it's going to rain? What are your predictions? Type it in the chat box now. Does anyone have any predictions? Okay, I will. Going to rain. Look at the clouds. Do you have any predictions? Okay, I'll read your predictions later on. But now we are going to move on because we have to. Okay. We also have to remember that there are certain verbs or actions or situations that cannot be used with the present continuous with future meaning. Why? Because they are not part of a plan or an arrangement or an intention. Okay, I will show you some examples right now. Okay, let's read this. Number one, she's falling asleep at 7 p.m. Number two, my friend is having an accident in December. And number three, I'm going to be sick next Monday. All right, so these are the different sentences that cannot be, or verbs that cannot be used because, let's explain. Number one, falling asleep is something that just happens. We can only plan to go to bed at 7 p.m., but we cannot plan what time we fall asleep. Okay, so sentence number two, my friend is having an accident in December. Unless you are purposely trying to make this happen, which I hope you're not, there is no way for us to plan for an accident. Okay. And number three, just like accidents, we also cannot plan on getting sick in the future. It's something that we cannot do. So do not say this to your teachers or do not say it to your boss. I'm going to be sick next Monday. All right. It's wrong. Okay. All right. So, speaking of things that are about to end, we are ending this webinar in a few minutes. But before that, I'm curious as to what you guys are planning to do after this. Okay. So, are you going to watch TV or are you meeting someone after this webinar? Tell me what you plan to do and please type it here in the chat box. Do you guys have any plans on what to do after this? Okay. I don't think I can read any comments. Do you guys are you guys typing? Ah, okay, there. I am going to take a bath after this. Oh, wow. Okay, that's very refreshing. Okay. What else are your plans? Eating dinner, watching TV, going to visit my parents-in-law at the weekend. Ah, okay. Well, that's still a long way to go. I'm reading today's news when the webinar is finished. Okay, I'm going back to work. I'm going to prepare for school. All right, very good, guys. These are our plans. But for me, I am eating dinner after this webinar because I am so hungry right now. Is anyone hungry? I'm going to watch Blacklist after this. Oh, you love TV shows. Wow. Me too. Okay, I'm going to do my homework. Good job. Do your homework. Be a good student. Okay, well, as we all know, the future tense in English is always constructed with will, okay? But it is also important that we understand and try to incorporate the present tenses referring to the future into our own English because most native speakers use this and it is very common among native speakers, okay? Let's read more comments. I'm going to cook the dinner after lesson. Okay, that's good. I think though it is much better to say I'm going to cook dinner after the lesson. What are you going to cook? Because I'm hungry. I am after dinner already. Uh-huh. When we finish this webinar, I am going to take a shower. A lot of you people are going to take shower after this webinar. That's really good and refreshing. Okay. Anyone else? I am eating my dinner after this lesson. What is your dinner? It seems like everyone is almost hungry and famished, just like me. Okay. All right. So, do you guys have any questions or anything that you'd like to ask? We still have a lot of extra time. Let's see what we have here. Any questions? I'm going to take a session at Tutlo. Ah, I see. Okay, that's very good. We have to be careful with our spelling. Session. Okay, very good. Are you guys going to take sessions at Tutlo also? Is anyone having a Tutlo session after this? Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So I am going to ask you some questions now. All right. So I want to start a poll. Wait a minute. Okay. So I would appreciate if you could answer this. Me, Princess, what are you going to do after this lesson or after this webinar ends? Do you guys have any questions? Anything? We still have extra 4 minutes. Okay, it seems like everyone's good. Okay, let's check the polls. Anyone? Yes. All right, that's really good. All right, I hope that this has been very, very helpful for you guys. If you have no questions, oh, okay, I'm going to have a session. Very good. Okay, I hope that you find this webinar very helpful. And remember that making mistakes is nothing to be ashamed of. It's very normal for us. We are not native English speakers, so of course, we are going to commit some mistakes. Even native speakers commit mistakes. So it's also okay because there's nothing to be embarrassed about. We all make them. All right. So I hope that this was very helpful for you. Can we get a copy of your presentation? Oh, yes, yes. I don't know how to do that, but let's talk about it later, okay? I will ask my manager how to provide the copy for you. I think it's very good that you're interested in having a copy. Oh, all right. That's really good. Okay, what else can we talk about? Any questions, everyone? Oh, by the way, I also have to remind you that you can follow us on Facebook and you can do that also in LinkedIn. So if you by email, yes, okay, that's a very good idea. All right. So you can follow us on Facebook and on LinkedIn if uh, you have a Facebook account or if you have a LinkedIn account. Okay. All right. Okay. Give me a moment, guys. Wait a minute. Okay, well, it seems like everything is already good. If you don't have any questions, that's really good. I am going to end the webinar now, but I really hope that you learned a lot. If you have any questions, you can type or you can email me or you can let us know. And also, I hope that you are going to attend the next webinar. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but of course, we are going to let you know when the next webinar will be. All right. And I hope that you guys are all going to be there. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for attending, everyone. See you next time. Bye. See you next time. I hope you enjoyed. See you.